Sup guys, it's King here, and this is gonna be skating tutorial part 2, because the last skating tutorial I made was like a year ago, and in today's video I'm gonna like teach you guys the new stuff, updated with like a hand cam. Also got my controller on the left side of the screen, which shows my button layout and everything. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So I'm gonna cut this video up in different parts, so some of it is gonna be like, hopefully YouTube will be able to, you know, chapter it a bit, so it's gonna be pretty dope. But first I just want to explain what skating is for those who already know how to do it. You can already skip forward to like a different type of parts, but skating is pretty much when you like slide from side to side. You like slide and then you stop and slide to the other side. And it's pretty common, you guys have already seen me do it, but the one thing you guys are gonna encounter is if you guys don't play claw, which is like this. I don't play claw myself, but then it's gonna be really hard to, you know, skate and like this. I can't even do it because I don't really play claw, because you have to take your finger off your stick. Like, you see what I do here, you have to like, and this doesn't really work out. So that takes me over to like my main point, which is the settings. So the settings I use, and you guys probably should use, is something called stick and move. So go here, play stick and move, play flip. This is key sensitivity right here. Everything from 10 to 14 should work fine. I just go in the middle, but you guys can run whatever you want. Lower your in the sensitivity just a tad bit so you can get better accuracy on longer ranges. Auto sprint doesn't do shit, so there's no point having that on. You can do it if you want to, but it doesn't really matter. But here comes the key part, because right now I have it set up like this. I crouch circle, but the thing is, here's the key thing you want to do. After you set it up like this, you're gonna go on your PS button. Right here you want to go into settings. You want to go to accessibilities, button assignment, activate button assignment, and you want to then go into edit. And after you go here, you want to press where it says circle. It's going to be automatically here. You want to go down to R2, and then it's going to automatically change down here, so you don't have to worry about it, and just press confirm. And obviously I can't do it because these are my settings from when I used to do it, so yeah. But then you just press confirm, and you're gonna be good shit. So one thing you have to then remember is every time you want to go out of something, you press R2 instead of you know, the classic circle. It won't even work because it's gonna try and do different types of things. So obviously after you've gotten this, you now slide with R2 and you jump with the stick, which is pretty smooth settings. It's gonna help you out to be able to, you know, skate and also be able to jump shot like this, mid gun fights, and it's gonna help out massively. So obviously play around with this, get used to it, and yeah, pretty much, because it's way more important to do it this way, because in this way you can always have your like your thumb on your stick like this. You can always aim and stuff while you do this. Obviously if you guys play claw, you don't really have to do that, but as I said, I'll show you guys, I'm not really a big claw player. I prefer to play the regular way, so for me it's more beneficial to play like this. But you don't need to buy a scuff, you don't need paddles or anything. I just use a regular PS4 controller. And if you want a shot punch, you easily just press X. Like, you can press X. It's like really simple. You can even just do it like this, or you just take your thumb a bit off. But yeah, let's go straight into part 2 of this, where we talk about skating. So yeah, when it comes to skating, it's two important things you have to keep in mind. You obviously want to use dexterity, which I have. This is a class I use when I skate in public games, so you guys can copy this. You also want to have Gung-Ho on, but that's because we're going to learn some different types of things today. We're going to learn Gung-Ho skating, which it's going to be a bit later, but regardless. So obviously when you skate, you want to like slide. I slide with R2, and here's the important thing. A lot of people, when they skate and they stop with their aiming button, like this. You see, I press R2, and then press L1, which is my aiming button. And that's completely wrong. You don't want to do that. That's the outdated way. Obviously in my last game tutorial I already teach you guys how to skate while reloading, but since I didn't explain well enough, we're gonna do it again. So what you want to do instead is, instead of slide canceling with your aiming button like this, you want to press the button you slide with, which for me is R2. You guys will also see it on the screen on my controller on the left. And I press R2 and I press it again. You'll see my finger. Press it and press it again. And that's kind of like, that's stopping your slide. And the reason I want to do it like this is because now when you slide cancel and you slide from different sides like this, you can now free up and actually do it while healing, because now you don't use your aiming button. And as you guys can see, if I reload, it doesn't cancel because I can't aim in and reload at the same time. But I can slide cancel when I reload if I do it with the R2 way or my slide cancel, my sliding button. So probably some text on the combo of doing it, but it's pretty easy. But why you want to do it like this is, first of all, it looks a bit smoother in my opinion, and obviously you can do it while reloading. Also, Oscar, if you could just shoot my ass. Yes. You can also do it while healing, and as you guys see, kind of did a shit there, but do it again actually, because that was terrible. And some people ask me, you can heal first and then scare, or heal mid scare, it doesn't really matter. I'll show you guys a clip of me doing it, but yeah, healing while skating is super important, and be able to like finish a reload and then skate. I'll show a clip of that as well. It's so key. So that's kind of like the main thing. And now we're gonna come into a bit more common problems. Now you guys have the settings, you guys know how you can do it while reloading, how you do it updated way. So what's important is just practice. But yeah, let's go into some common problems. So common problem, I see a lot of people that when I do custom games and I teach them how to skate, they often do this. They skate like, I'm gonna see if you guys can see what I do wrong here, but for those that didn't see what I did wrong there, for some of you eyes that was smart will see it. If you paid attention, I started skating here and I ended up like way over here. That's because I'm skating 90% of the way forward and not side to side. And if you do this, your slides are becoming so much slower. Because let's look at from here. If I slide diagonal like this is the distance I get when I slide, which is like minimal. But if you like do from side to side, you really get more distance and it looks faster. You never want to slide forward. Plus it's way easier for someone if you slide towards them to just track you. So you never want to do that. And here's like what I always teach people. Go to this right here. If you like doing it in frag range, you can probably find many places like this. Find like a barrier or something where you can like create a line, and you want to stay linear with this. You don't want to skate forward at all. So a perfect slide would be just from like this, but obviously that's really hard, so let me just show you. But as you guys see, I barely move forward, and that's like what a perfect slide would look like. Always stay on line with this, but you would rather want to skate forward than backwards. Backwards is always going to look slower. So you always want to go a bit forward rather than backwards, but like the perfect one would be completely side to side. So that's like an important place to work out. A lot of my subs and people I help have used this. I don't know what it's called, but yeah. This barrier right here. My English isn't perfect, that's for sure. And but yeah, another thing I just want to let you guys know is the more spins you do during a skate, it's gonna also affect your skates. So let's say I do a 360 while I slide. That looks so much slower than if I just do a clean fast forward slide. And that's why if you do like stuff like this, it becomes so much slower. So the more like camera movements you do during a slide, the slower it will look, because it actually will slow down. So that's like an important thing to remember. Like, don't do too many 360s and stuff during the skate. You can do it into skates and stuff like that, but you don't want to do it like instantly. So yeah, now we're gonna go into another part, which is how you should skate, because I see a lot of people that skate, they either skate down like this, which is terrible. You don't want to do that. And I can't believe people still do that, but that is, you know, it's nothing wrong with doing that, but you don't want to do that. So when you skate, you also want to look at the target. And a lot of people who start out, they skate like this. But what you really want to do is you want to like skate, and when you slide, you always want to like try and be able to look at the opponent. You see how I do that? I slide, but I always try to be able to look at the person I'm skating on. I don't look, like I always try to, like I automatically do it instead of just looking at different things, you know. I try to maintain my aim on the target. That's gonna help you guys massively out when we touch on Gung-Ho skating, which is gonna be a bit later. You guys obviously will be able to just press the chapters. So that's like the most important thing. Also, when you one skate, is like if you shoot someone else, you can do some reload skates, maybe double tap YY, do some crazy stuff. It's really important, by the way, that you guys don't have this on, because if you have sprint cancels reload, you won't be able to skate while reloading, because obviously you'll just cancel it. So never have that on, just an important tip. But when it comes to skating, what the heck did I turn on there? Turn on control vibration, turn that off. But yeah, regardless, if someone's shooting at you, you can do like some turn-ons. That's when you like really want to skate. Yeah, I see, bro. Second part, one thing I want to talk about in this is also hovering. And some people have already seen this. I've done it a lot in streams. People ask me how I do it. They say it looks like I'm double jumping. If you guys see it, I kind of like hover a bit. I like to call this gliding, but people call it hovering, so I'll just refer to it as hovering now, because that's what people call it. So when you do it, it's pretty simple. There's two ways to do it. One is pretty easy. What you do is you jump, obviously, and while you're in mid-air, you want to double tap the crouching button. But for us, it's going to be R2, because we set it to R2. So you're going to jump and then double tap R2. You want to do it in quick succession. You don't want to like tap it twice like slow like I did. Nothing's going to happen. You want to do it quick, and you're going to get this little bounce effect. And it can boost you a bit forward too, which helps you out with traveling around the map. That's when I mostly use it. It doesn't really help you jump any like further. It just helps you getting to places faster. That's at least my experience with it. But the main reason I do it in pubs is because I like to, you know, chain into skates. You know, I do the gliding thing and hop in. But there's another way to do it as well, which, sorry about that, which is when you double tap like this, but you jump at the end. So double tap and jump. But the one thing that's cool about this is when you do it like this, you don't slide automatically, because if you do it perfectly, you will automatically slide. There's no way to not slide if you do it that way. So if you just jump, if you double tap it and then jump, you will you shouldn't slide automatically. You should just stand still, which could be cool if you jump over gaps. But I've just read enough about that. But that's like how we can use it, chain into skates, and makes for even better clips. So Gung-Ho skating. I already recorded this, but we'll record it again because I want to touch on a bit more things about it. But yeah, Gung-Ho skating is pretty much when you shoot and skate at the same time, where you look at someone and you shoot your gun. And your skate's pretty fast when you do it, because it helps you out with skating faster. Don't know why, it's just like that. So that's why a lot of people usually just Gung-Ho skate now instead of just skating the normal way. It's important to have Gung-Ho and dexterity on. You always want to have dexterity on, that's more important than anything, but Gung-Ho also helps. So, or it's, yeah, you have to have Gung-Ho on just to be able to do it. So a common thing when we do it is usually me and a lot of people I see who Gung-Ho skate, we usually shoot first while we sprint and then go, you know, into the skates. But you can also start skating and then shoot, but I just prefer, you know, shooting a bit first and then going into the skates. Especially so I get more ammo. But yeah, when it comes to Gung-Ho skating, this is when it's like really important, by the way, guys, to maintain your aim on the target, you know, because now you can't really be looking like, you can't really be looking at other things, you know. You can, like, you have to really be looking at the target when you do it. And I'll also try and hit them. It's still important that you guys remember to not slide cancel with your aiming button like this, because it really doesn't work out as good. And so that's why I still prefer, you know, using the sliding button, freeze you up. And yeah, the reason you want to do Gung-Ho skates is it's really helpful in 1v1s, because you can already like get shots off on the target while you're like dodging their bullets, and you can go for like a shot punch at the end, or you can finish them off with just a few bullets, and it's crazy good. So the same principle applies as when I explained skating before. You want to just skate pretty similar, but it's important to always shoot, and also remember to always hold your sprint button. For some reason, when you do Gung-Ho skates, what I do is I tap the sprint button every time I'm gonna slide, you guys look at my left, look at the controller on the left, you'll see what I do. I like instantly press this every time I'm gonna go for a slide. I press it in, which you don't really have to do when you do normal slides, if you guys see, but you really have to do it when you get Gung-Ho skates. That's kind of like the main factors. So yeah, if you guys understood that. If not, let me know on the stream or in the comments. But now we're gonna go and talk about some common problems you guys will usually meet. So when it comes to common problems, there's a few things that a lot of people will experience when they start skating. These aren't like especially about Gung-Ho's skates, these are like for skates in general. So I've already touched about the thing that you want to say, like with this pole right here, you want to like say linear. That's to make your skates look faster. But also you guys will encounter something that's called a skating glitch. It's not something you can force, it will happen naturally. But it's pretty much when you go for a slide and you cancel it, yeah. You see? You get stuck in crouch. And when that happens, it's not much you can do. You can never get stuck in crouch while you reload or heal, that's just how it is. So if you see the thing come up while you're practicing, always just go for some reloads to encounter a glitch. Another thing you guys will see is dead slides. Dead slide is also a glitch. And it's when you do a normal slide like this, and for some reason when you do it, it just stops like this. And that happens at times. And also that's not something you can control, which always makes skating a bit of a risky sport, you know, because sometimes you can get effed over like this. But as you guys see, it's not like it happens all the time. A lot of people mix up dead slides with actually messing up, because a lot of people mess up where they slide and then they forget to run again. So they stop it and then try to move forward. That's why I always say press in your L3 button every time you go for a skate, because that will make sure you guys don't get stuck in crouch like this. Because if I do it now, you'll see. You see? It gets stuck. You have to always press the L3 button to make sure you get up. Because if not, then you can get stuck in crouch like this. So that's like a common thing. Don't mix that up with the dead slides, because dead slide is the thing that's not your fault. This is kind of like your fault, which I also did at the start, where you just forget to press the L3 button again and you just get stuck in crouch, like I'm doing right here. And the skating glitch is when you actually get stuck in crouch, like there's nothing you can do about it. So that's something you guys will encounter. It usually ends with you bouncing up and down, which I'll probably see if I can find some clips of me having it. If not, then you guys will just experience on your own. Another thing that's important to always keep in mind is if you slide too much, you guys will see this. I start to get slower and slower slides, and that's like one of the most important things, is always do like 2 or 3 slides at max, maybe 4 slide, but after that it gets really slow. Usually what I do is I do like 2 or 3 slides and then jump at the end, and that's when you have like a pretty good combo. So yeah, that's pretty much it about dead slides. Always remember to not do too many slides, and that's why I always say do longer slides, because if you do 3 super short slides like this, it still becomes just as slow as if you did 3 long slides. They slow down just as much, so that's why it's like more beneficial to do longer slides than short slides. So yeah, that's pretty much the key thing about that. The last thing I want to show you guys before I leave you guys on your mission to becoming crazy skaters is a combo which I usually like to do, which breaks people's camera. 2 combos that you guys can implement in pubs. If you come a bit closer, Oscar, like here. One thing you guys can do is, if you have, for example, someone and you go around the corner, you can skate this way and then behind them. A crazy combo which breaks your camera, because you trick them to go one way and then you just slide in. A pretty simple manner to do, you can do it from both ways, but also helps you out massively. In certain situations you can go for a shot punch and punch them, or you can just simply kill them. This is a simple thing you can use both in League and just get some cool clips. And the second combo I want to show you guys is a pretty easy combo as well, and that's when you slide to one side and you slide back and jump. But it's really going to throw off, especially new people to the game, because they think you're going to go one way, so they track you there and then you just fly to the other side. So it's like a crazy thing you can do to really throw them off. And If you do it perfectly and you like really get on them, it can really help you out. Also, it's important to keep in mind that skating is also something that you want to do in close quarters. You can skate on long distances. I've showed clips before of it, but it really doesn't work that good. Like, yeah, this is way easier to track. The last thing I want to show you guys is how you can skate peek. It's pretty simple. A lot of people already know what it is just based on the name, but it's just instead of peeking like this, when you think someone's there, you just instantly go for skate. Like you skate in, skate out, and skate in. And it's just a cooler way to really scare your opponent, especially during 1v1s if you peek them like this. And it's a good way to like dodge bullets and be able to. You can also like shoot them and go back, but I don't really like that. That's like, then you should rather just challenge the gunfight. But it's a great way. If you guys don't believe me, I'm actually seeing him in the corner right there. So before I go in, but that's like a cool last thing I want to show you guys. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, the skating tutorial part 2 with our boy XCoxy, who actually streams on YouTube. Let's do a little teabag boy. Join with me, bro. Yes, sir. So yeah, he streams as well on YouTube, so check him out. He's a crazy skater as well, and he skates on tactical. So for poor souls to play on tactical, I'll explain that in another video if you guys wonder why skating tactical is harder. But yeah, he skates on that, so he can like help you guys out. Because if you're skating tactical, it's really hard to skate while reloading, because you have to just instantly press your stick all the time, which is a bit harder because the stick, you know, you have to press it in to stop and then press it again. A lot of people struggle with that, so that's why I highly suggest playing on stick and move. And yeah. So as well, thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.